Hi, welcome to the Offside podcast. Today we're joined by a special guest. I'm Josh.
I'm John.
And I'm Annie. I'm the special guest.
So today we're doing something that was actually Annie's idea, and what that is here is taking one team from each of the four big four teams here in the or big four leagues here in the U.S.
Mhm.
And we're moving them, rebranding them, keeping the same branding, but we're taking them and moving from one city to a new one, talking about why we're moving them, what we would name that team, the colors, things of that nature, and kind of what we think of each of those.
Yeah. I don't know who's. Oh wait, no. Explain the rules. Someone explain the rules, please. You just did, didn't you?
I did.
Well, I mean, there's also come up with a new nickname, choose new color. You said that, didn't you?
Well, yeah, yep.
Hey, I'm forgetting things right now. Islanders are playing in a few seconds, so I'm just mentally prepared for that. But let's still get through this, boys. All right,
All right, I
I
think you're
forgot
up
the.
first.
Am I up first? Oh, I forgot the order. Okay, so for my first, we're doing MLB, and I chose the Rays. The Rays possibly have the worst stadium in all of MLB, and possibly the worst fan base in all of MLB. Some of the lowest attendances by a team, even though how good they are, no one goes to their games. The Trop always loses power, and I think this has been a rumor for a while now. Like, if the MLB was to expand, what city would they pick? And it'd be Charlotte. Like, Charlotte would be the new team, be the new place to have a team if they're to expand the league to 32. But if they weren't to expand the league 32 and just move a team, this would be my choice, and it would be the Rays because they're terrible. It's close enough to stay in the AL East. It's a good city. I have an uncle who lives down there, and my dad visits there all the time for work. And so I would see like they would keep up with the theme of like how it's Buzz City with the Hornets and do the name of the Steelers, so Charlotte Stingers. I thought was a good idea. Then also keep the light blue, navy, but also add that purple for the Hornets as well, because I feel like those are the city colors in a sense. So I'm thinking this. I like this idea. I like this idea a lot, honestly. What do you guys think?
The
Um,
Scully's going for their throats right off the
Yeah,
bat, is
yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
hearing.
I'm sorry, but the Rays suck. Last year, the Yankees were playing the Rays several times, and the Rays lost power mid game twice against the Yankees. Like, how do you let that happen? How? Why does Rob Manfred allow that to happen in one of the league's top best teams? Like, I don't get it. It's not a fit stadium. Even if they had a playoff game, not it doesn't get filled. You look at all the other stadiums; they get filled for playoff games, except for maybe Oakland as well. But still,
you
it's.
know, they talked about this. The fans for years now have been wanting them because Tampa Bay is actually in St. Pete. They're in
Yeah, it's St.
downtown St.
Petersburg.
Pete, their stadium, and two
Same
big
with the
cities,
Lightning.
but it's a big pain to try and travel between Tampa and St. Pete.
Mhm.
The fans have been asking for years for them to bring them to Tampa, and they can't even do that.
They can't get any team
I
to Tampa. No teams. I think
I
it's the Buccaneers in
I,
Tampa.
yes, the
They
Buccaneers
are
are
okay.
in
Because I know
Tampa.
I know that the Lightning are in St. Pete's as
Yeah,
well.
yes, they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'd have a better fan base if you moved them directly to
No,
Tampa.
but
But
Florida with
but
sport.
but
Florida with sports.
it's still not great. Still not great.
Florida with non-collegiate sports, it's just not as passionate. Like they could have good teams, but they're just not that great. The Jags only get fans going to their stadium because it's a nice stadium, but still, no one's a real Jags fan. It's rare. It's one of the lowest fan bases. Same with the Bucks.
Mi-
Well, Bucks now have a
Miami
lot of fake
Heat's
fans,
probably the
and
only
well,
one.
Miami Heat's the only one that's in Miami. Like, of course, Miami's gonna have some things, because
Yep.
of course Miami is. But you look at the mid and northern teams. They really just don't attract fans. Orlando Magic don't. Florida is not a professional sports state.
No, you're right.
Yep. All right.
I like your parallel with the Stingers and the Hornets there. I think
Yeah.
that's clever.
I'm
The
gonna
only
get
thing
called.
I
I'm gonna
think
get called out on that because I think I'm making it
I
similar,
was
but
just gonna say
yeah,
I think you may catch heat from
yeah,
Hornets fans being the OGs down there. So
yeah.
uh, that'd be
I,
interesting to see for sure.
it's because the state insect of Carolina, North Carolina is a bee, is like a bumblebee or something. So I'm like making it something like that, like around in the insect area still, in my opinion. But yeah. Are we on next? We all good with that one?
Yeah. So
All right,
on to the next one.
Josh's time.
Me. All right.
Oh, you're getting. Oh, I didn't know you're doing the Astros.
My here's my punishment for Houston. Because they wanted to cheat so badly and because nothing happened, I'm taking the Houston Astros and I'm getting them out. Totally rebranding. You don't get a team anymore, Houston. Yeah, and you
You
get
don't
to think
deserve
about
it.
what you've
You don't
done.
deserve.
So,
What?
Nashville, and Nashville's a pretty large city. You're talking 700,000. They are your kind of what you would consider your stereotypical American city. The country music, blue collar. Kind of like some of your Texas cities, your Oklahomas and stuff. It's like when people think America, Nashville's one of those. And if you look, they have not so much with Tennessee. The high percentages. The NFL is kind of funky because about 20 of the teams you see population percentage is like 95 to 100%, and Tennessee is usually within the mix there. Still top attendance is there from the Titans, and then you look at the Nashville Predators, and year in and year out, they're a top 10 percentage attendance team. Now, I don't like to do total numbers because some of these stadiums are bigger than the others, but they fill Bridgestone Arena very well. Very passionate fans, volunteers down the road, pretty passionate fans. So I feel like bringing baseball to Nashville feels like a good fit. Um, and I would call them the Outlaws, kind of because of that outlaw country music. I feel like it fits into the vibe of the city a little bit. Um, and so I think that's something you would see thrive there. In Tennessee, you got some big cities, albeit they're far apart. But you would kind of grab a lot of that whole Tennessee TV market, which definitely helps with the team. So that's my choice for the MLB.
The
Uh,
fact that you can outlaw video cameras in the stadium there too, huh?
No more banging on trash cans.
Annie,
Classic.
welcome to the podcast.
Classic Jack.
I mean, I
Very
like
nice.
it.
I'll be here all week.
I like it. I hate the Astros. It's a good idea. It's just like if it ever happened, probably not. But
No, that'll never
it
happen.
would never
But
happen. But I would love to. I would love to see that. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. I'm not too keen on the name Outlaws though. Just I mean, there could probably be something else there. Um, but yeah, I like
the
it.
guitars,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guitars.
yeah. No, it's not a
I
bad
just
idea.
I didn't think the hot chickens would sit too well with the
Dude, hot
name.
chickens would be
So
hot chickens is like a
let's go
my.
hot chickens.
I mean, it's probably just a minor league team name, but still, I would go to a team that's is called the Hot Chickens. I'd be a fan. I'm a
Hey,
fan. I'm a
you
fan of
add
a team
a
called the Yard Goats. Come on.
you add a hot chicken concession stand in the stadium, I'm there.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
That
Houston
would be a
Houston
feat.
Astros just got that big Texas wing place Pluckers in their stadium. Apparently, like it's really good wings. So I know Astros just got that in their stadium.
That's money.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like it's going to waste then because they're moving.
Maybe they can move with them.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Any other words on this, Annie? You want to go?
Yes.
All right.
So, the MLB team I chose to move was the Marlins, based on Miami. Like John said, I don't think Florida is a big professional sports state. The Marlins don't generally have high attendance anyway, and I think there's an abundance of things available to fill people's time in Florida. With things like Disney World and Universal Studios, those are within driving distance to Miami. And you've got plenty of other professional sports teams throughout the state and in the area. Marlins arguably aren't doing a whole ton for the MLB anyway. So I chose to move them to Salt Lake City. It's the home of the Utah Jazz, obviously, and their fan base seems to be a pretty good one. Salt Lake City's got a population of over 200,000, and I don't think there's a whole lot else as far as professional sports go in the Utah area. I mean, obviously, you've got, once you move into Washington and California, the things in the area you do, but Utah pride in itself, I think they would do well with a fan base for the MLB. So the nickname I chose was the Salt Lake City Gulls. That was because the gull is the state bird of Utah.
Wait, it's a
It means
landlocked place.
what?
It's
Wait,
a
what?
landlocked state. Wait a
Well,
minute.
gulls aren't necessarily seagulls. Like gulls
Oh,
are their
you're
own
right. Yeah,
bird.
you're right.
See, they actually weren't even supposed to be called seagulls. People like tourists just started seeing them and like they were like, oh, they come from the ocean. Those are seagulls. And then the people of Utah were like, what? Um, But yeah, in 1848, I guess like a bunch of seagulls came in and ate swarms of crickets that were like ruining the crops. So they essentially saved humanity in Utah, and I think that's pretty dope. So we're gonna go with the Salt Lake City Gulls.
Uh,
And because gulls remind me of seagulls, that reminds me of the beach. So now their colors are gonna be tan, white, and blue. And that is my take.
Oh yeah, the white and blue is perfect for I think the area. This will add another hitters park in the MLB, which is I think is a desperate need from
Yep.
watching right now. A little numbers here. Miami last year, the Marlins were the only MLB team not to reach above 1 million in attendance, with averaging only 10K per game, which is the lowest, and 800K overall in the year. Which I think, I mean, yeah, with the team above them being Tampa Bay, obviously, only at like 300K more. But yeah, no, no. I mean, the issue is though, I would have if this was actually happened to move a team to Salt Lake City is shaping up the conferences because now those probably become a West team, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
move some teams around. Whatever, make Milwaukee probably move someone like Milwaukee maybe or no, Cincinnati would be closer to the East, so making them an East team. But yeah, I like the
Pittsburgh.
idea. Or Pittsburgh too.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's closer. What am I
Pittsburgh's the
saying?
most east. Yeah, you
Yeah, you're
move
right.
them
You're
to the
right.
NL East.
You're right. I keep forgetting about Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
hard to do.
well, the
Yeah,
Jazz fan base has proven himself enough to me, and I think Utah deserves
yeah. Jazz
another pro
gets
sports team.
Jazz has the best
We agree.
uniforms. Yeah. All right.
Big ballin'.
Are we moving on?
Yep.
Nothing else. Josh, anything else? Okay. Josh, who's your NBA?
NBA. All right. This one I feel like is pretty um not a super hot take or anything, but
Yeah,
I'm taking Minnesota. I'm taking the Timberwolves.
Minnesota.
Goodbye. And here's my thing. While they are in a big city, being in the Twin Cities, large populations, it's not a basketball state.
Hmm.
Basketball's not big there. Never really has been. They have very few legends. Lowest attendances year in and year out. People just don't care about it there. They enjoy their baseball and they enjoy their hockey. And let's be honest, it's a hockey state.
Hmm.
Um, it's so I'm taking Minnesota out. They haven't really done a whole ton for the league, if we're being honest. And I'm moving them to Las Vegas. Um, and here's what teams are starting to move to Las Vegas because one, I feel like it's a good
Money,
market.
money.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
obviously. But you want to look at markets. Who in the NBA? I'm sorry, who in the NBA wants to go and live in Minnesota?
Hmm.
You,
For a
you,
sport that's not hockey or football, in my
yes,
opinion. Yeah.
yes. They don't want to. A lot of your guys are Cali guys, Florida guys, Texas guys. From these warmer states, they don't want to move up in there. So Las Vegas is a much more desirable market, more central to your LA, your Phoenix, even somewhat Texas, if you will. Um, Larger population, 650,000. You can take T-Mobile Arena and make it dual use with the Vegas Knights there, who, albeit small sample size, have been top 5 attendance percentage in their first 3 seasons. I feel like that's huge. That's very telling. Um, and it's a very high touristy area, um, you know, and a lot of high profile people are in the area. So it's going to bring a lot of attention to the team. And basketball is probably one of the higher bet on sports. So to be able to go in, place your bets, do your betting, whatever, and then go and watch that team. It's kind of the same thing. People that play fantasy football and then automatically go and watch those teams because they want to know how they did. Same thing happened here. You can go to the casino, you can place your bets, and then boom, you go over to the stadium and you watch to see your bets come into fruition. So that's why I would move them there. Now I went with the name Vipers because you got a little bit of alliteration, and
Hmm.
that tends to, in terms of marketing, I feel like draw kind of people just draw to the name of the team a bit more. And Las Vegas is in the desert.
Hmm.
So a lot of snakes, a lot of your pit vipers or whatever. Just snakes in general though. Very big when in the deserty area.
Hmm.
So I feel like that kind of fits.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree. I would say like if you are going with a snake theme, say cobras. 'Cause, I mean, Vegas is like the king of everything, so make it like King Cobras or whatever. I think that'd be a
Yeah,
better
but
better fit.
the alliteration though is what I'm going for. The
Yeah,
Vegas Vipers.
yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. I mean, I can't disagree with this at all. I mean, I think there's gonna at least be a Vegas team in every league with if since how seeing how well the Golden Knights are doing and how well
Hmm.
the Raiders can possibly do. If the Raiders can get a solid fan base, you're definitely gonna see You're gonna see an MLB team definitely move there. You're gonna
Hmm.
because they honestly might have Diamondbacks. Don't That's another team we didn't talk about. Diamondbacks don't really have a that good of a attendance record in Arizona. I mean, let me check. Do they? But I think Vegas is the next big stop for a bunch of these leagues. Actually,
Hmm.
Arizona ranked. Here's Arizona. I think they were mid table,
They're not
low
necessarily in the
mid.
bottom. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're mid table.
mid
Yeah, the
table, two
Diamondbacks
mil,
are.
two. I mean, not bad. But I definitely see at least one team from each league is gonna have a team in Vegas.
Yeah.
I know Las Vegas Lights of the USL is doing really well. They're doing really well with
Hmm.
their thing. I'm promotion to MLS. Who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah, I think this is a good take. I think Minnesota for sure is hockey land. Las Vegas is like the mecca of gambling and
Mhm,
sports betting. So I think that would be huge for the NBA as a business on the business side of things. What I will say though is that, professional sports, when it comes down to it, it's ultimately an entertainment industry.
mhm.
And when you think of entertainment, where you want to go to be entertained, Las Vegas is towards the top of the list for
Yep.
that. So I think the biggest issue you may run into is the competition
Mhm.
with all the things that you can do in Las
Or are they just
Vegas.
another Harlem
Um,
Globetrotters type?
uh, yeah, I
That's
mean, I think an NBA team could for
mhm,
sure thrive in Vegas, but I think they would run into. I think they'd have to spend a lot more money advertising basketball there than they would anywhere else, just because of the sheer amount of things available to do, like the shows you can go to. Just the strip itself is just unlimited things to do. But yeah, I think that's a good take overall.
I think
I,
like
I, I will I
oh
will
yeah.
say this though. They would, in terms of sports, they'd only be competing with hockey.
Mhm.
Um,
But no matter what,
they would have all
you'll
the
get anyone
other
going.
they have all the other shows and all the entertainment they've got going on. But think about how much tourism Las Vegas has and the amount of people that they bring in. Um, I think in terms of, I mean, you're just if you're just talking the population there, 650,000. Definitely a larger market there. Plus all the tourism, you'll get some trickle down tourism with all of that. I don't think you have to worry about competing too much. And then one more point is, um, oftentimes um, the combine as well as summer league
Mhm.
is held in Vegas. So I think that helps to have the NBA have a team there while they're doing that stuff. And then could you imagine NBA All Star weekend in Vegas? How well
Surprised
that
I
would
haven't done it,
do.
or I'm surprised I
Yeah,
haven't
that'd
done it
be hype.
already. Like a neutral location,
That's
not at a team stadium.
Um,
I mean, if you bring a team there, that opens up new avenues, and I think that's something the NBA would be very happy to have there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I will say that I think it may be worth it just in the sense that with the amount of tourism Las Vegas gets throughout the whole year, let alone like during NBA season, the amount of people who are like, "Hey, we're here anyway. Why not just grab a ticket and let's go see the Vegas Vipers play?" I think you might be able to break even that way
Hmm.
in itself.
The
Not to
issue
backtrack on myself, but yeah, you
the
you make
issue
a
I
good
have
point.
the issue I have here is like, will there really be a real fan base for these teams?
Yeah.
I'm not sure Vegas. Do the Vegas Golden Knights have like a real fan base, or is it just people
Oh
coming to
yeah.
Vegas? Do they really?
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay,
They have.
I haven't been able to
Last
watch
year
much of their hockey, but
last year they did something, and they said players said that they already have one of the most rabid
all
fan
right,
bases. I mean, very very interactive. This is the first sports team that they
yeah.
had
Yeah,
Vegas had,
true.
so they're very
I just
passionate
want to see if
about
it
it.
keep. I just want to see it keep up. Will it continue
We'll
on with the
see.
Raiders?
10 years down the
If
road.
a
Yeah.
team does, if another team does, like in the NBA, go to Vegas, will it continue like that? Will it keep up the spark? 'Cause also, I'm guessing if there's a basketball team in Vegas, it will be the same stadium as where the Golden Knights play. They'll probably
Yeah.
have them in
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
stadium.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
T-Mobile Arena. I
Yep.
think they would dual use it.
Yep. All right. Next one.
Who's next?
It's me with
John's up.
Vancouver. All right. Something that should happen that I think we all can agree. bring Vancouver back into the NBA.
That's a hot take.
Grizzlies
Very
ranked.
hot take.
Grizzly
But
ranked.
explain.
They ranked 26th in attendance. I think this is last. Let me look at this is 2020. So for what happened in 2020, with all the games, and they ranked 26th again last year in 2019. So not much fans. I know, Josh, you were talking about Tennessee earlier, but still, bring back Vancouver. Some of the best jerseys, best logos you've seen from a team, and I just think it would work. I just want a more Canadian representation in the NBA.
There's a reason why there isn't Canadian representation in the
Hey.
NBA. And that's because they don't care about basketball up there.
Yeah,
That's a
there's
hockey
a reason.
country.
There's a
Listen,
reason
I'm
they
not
moved
good
out
with
of
NBA.
Vancouver in the first
I'm not
place.
good with NBA. I just want another Canadian team in there. Make it more fun. Because also, why is Memphis? They're in the West, right? Why is Memphis in the West in general? Like,
Because
wouldn't
there's so many Eastern
yeah,
Coast
exactly.
teams.
Just make it a true West team. Just go back to making a true West team. I was gonna pick Seattle, but I think one of you picked Seattle already. But still, like, it's not a true West team. They don't real, they already don't even get enough numbers. Numbers in Memphis anyway. Like, I mean, it's put John Morant
You're not.
somewhere he'll thrive even better.
Hey,
Because no one's
throw some
coming to see him
respect on
thinking.
already.
3J there.
What? Say that again.
Throw some respect on 3J there. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh, and Jaren Jackson Jr.
You
as well.
you're
Like,
you're you're telling me that that John Morant's gonna thrive in Vancouver,
yes,
Canada?
yes, yes. Let the man
No.
thrive overseas, even though it's not even
Don't
overseas. It's
Oh,
over borders.
don't don't sleep on Grind City. Don't sleep on
This is
Grind City
this is
because
the only pick I
next
had issue with, and you know that. This is the only pick I had issue with.
move him to St. Louis if you're gonna move
No,
yeah.
no.
I
him.
don't think I'd move him back to a place they've already been. There's a
Eh,
reason they moved.
eh.
But
Whatever. Move on. This isn't my strong point. This is my strong
That's
point.
okay.
I don't care for
Hey,
NBA as much.
that'll be me at NFL, so
Yep.
that's
All right,
okay.
Andy, you're up.
All right. I am honestly just dissing Florida at this point. Sorry, Florida. But I'm moving the
Don't be
Orlando
sorry to
Magic
Florida. It's
to
Florida.
Kansas City. Honestly, though, I mean, they're better than Ohio slightly. So, um, like I said, Florida though, Orlando especially is packed full of things for people to do, which makes the market for the entertainment industry extremely competitive there. Like this is similar things I was talking about with Las Vegas. You're gonna see in Orlando, Florida. So while their attendance is pretty middle of the road, I think it could be better if they move to a place like Kansas City. They've got a population of close to 500,000 people. There's already, of course, a large sports market there with the Chiefs being as successful as they are. Super Bowl champs.
Mhm.
That's uh, no small feat. So you'll get fans from both the Missouri side and the Kansas side of the city, which I think will it creates an avenue to connect a lot more people, which I think is really cool. So I think they could potentially have a larger fan base, and I think it'd be a solid move. Their name, I would make the Missouri Monarchs, and that is to pay respect to the Kansas City Monarchs, which was the longest running franchise in the Negro Baseball League's history. So even though it's for an NBA team, I think it's important to remember these important parts of history and shed a positive light on what was such a progressive part in the fight for equal rights. So I think it'd be really cool to take such an old name and revive it in something new and connect a bunch of people. And then the colors I would make blue, white, and gray, just again to pay homage to the Kansas City Monarchs back in the old days. There's
Yeah,
my NBA take.
I like to keep up with like the royal idea theme of Kansas City team names, leader theme names and stuff like that. I like it. Maybe like make it like a make it like a royal blue. I would say
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
say that. But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
to
I
go
like it.
along with the yeah, like the Chiefs and the
Similar
Monarchs. Yeah,
or so yeah,
I can
yeah.
agree with that
Yep.
for sure. I can agree with that.
Josh, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I think one of the nice things there, and about you do kind of at least with TV ratings, you're pulling St. Louis into that as well. You get a St. Louis market with TV, bringing a team into Missouri. Um, I think that's great. I think everything about it, pulling the history, that's big. Um, and especially now with everything that's going on in the NBA, and how they are trying to shed light on everything that's happening here in the U.S. With racial inequality. I think that's a good a good way to pay homage to some of the more positive things in sports.
Absolutely.
All right, we moving on. We
Um,
good with this?
Yep, I believe so.
We're just really
So,
crapping on Florida.
honestly,
Oh,
though.
Next.
just wait.
Okay, don't worry. We're on. Oh my God, we're moving to another Nashville. We're picking on Florida and Tennessee guys right now. We're bullying them.
Yeah,
Annie, you're
honestly.
up.
All right, I'll lead us off with the NHL. So I am gonna move the Nashville Predators to Quebec City. Forewarning, I like hockey, but I'm not the most knowledgeable on the NHL, so bear with me. Um, for the sake of consistency, I've been moving teams solely to cities that have the word city in the name. So why would I stray from that now? So we're going to Quebec City, Canada. Obviously, Canada is home of hockey. Nashville's aesthetic doesn't seem to have much of a hockey feel to it, uh, in my opinion. So moving another NHL team to Canada could be really beneficial for the organization and the league. I think. I can't really pull stats into that. Like I said, I like the NHL, but I don't keep up enough to have an intelligent comment on that. I don't think. But we're gonna have the nickname be the Quebec City Admirals. So as you can see, the flag has a ship on it. I think that's cool. They have over 500,000 lakes in Quebec, and they're located on the banks of the St. Lawrence River. So the Admiral is a commander of a naval fleet. So I thought that name would be fitting. And then to tie it all together, the fan base could be called the Fleet because they're led by the admirals. See what I'm getting here?
Oh no.
Their their colors are going to be navy, bronze, and white because navy things.
So you don't want to have them be called the Nordiques again? They'll just be the Admirals. No more Nordiques.
No more Nordiques.
No more
Nope.
Nordiques. Sad.
Admirals it is.
Dang.
Big sad.
Big
F in the
sad.
chat.
F and chat for the Nordiques. Oh yeah, I mean, I would say I would personally put him back to Nordiques. Honestly, that's my only opinion on it. But I mean, it's whatever. This isn't happening
Yeah.
in real life. But
You like just
I
keeping the names of old historic teams.
yes,
That hasn't
yes.
worked before. These teams aren't around, so I don't know that it'll happen again. That it'll stick a
I mean, the
second
Cleveland
time.
Browns are back.
Come
Yeah.
on, John. I
Got you
put a lot
there.
of thought into that with a fan base and everything.
No, I
I
Give a
mean,
girl
I
a
like
break.
the Admirals better, and
there's
the
a
Nordiques
there is
personally.
a AHL team called the Admirals. I'm pretty sure Milwaukee
There's
Admirals.
also
Well,
there's
it's
also
2 versus 1,
ECHL
so
ECHL, yeah, as well. But
as well. Yeah.
oh yeah, sure,
So keep the theme of Admirals. It makes sense.
yeah.
thank you so much. Wow.
All right, who's up? We good? We all good here?
Yep.
I think
My turn.
so.
Yes, what I've been talking about. Okay, screw you, Ottawa. You don't get a team. You don't deserve one. You don't put your fans in. Bring one back to Connecticut. That's all I gotta say. Whalers return.
John is going for
Whalers
blood
return.
today.
I'm going for blood. The Whalers. Connecticut deserves a team, man. We want the Whalers. Okay, that's my opinion. I don't care if you disagree because it's right. Um, Hartford and Connecticut deserves a team. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. All right, Josh, you're up. I'm not taking.
Guess
I'm not
where
taking your
John's
opinions.
from,
I'm not. I'm not
everyone.
taking.
Guess
I'm.
where
They
John is
already know.
from.
I'm not taking your opinions on this. We're moving on. Josh, you're up.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. The Ottawa Senators to Hartford, Connecticut.
Yep.
Population of like 40 people.
Shut up.
The NHL just disintegrates. The NHL disappears because of that move.
Shut up. All right, Josh, you're up.
WWE possibly. All right. My pick. With the theme of just taking a dump on Florida.
Oh, yep.
And I guess Miami. Florida Panthers. See you later.
Amen,
Yep.
sister.
Amen.
Here's
I like the new rebrand though.
okay. So Florida
Like I said,
doesn't produce hockey players. The Tampa Bay is good.
does
They
it
have a
produce any
large
player?
attendance. They have a large attendance. I'm assuming because that's the only really good team in Tampa.
In Florida in general?
Until the second, or I'm sorry, yeah, in Florida, until the second rounds of playoffs when they get beat by a
Well,
team that they
they're
shouldn't
in the
get beat
finals
by.
right
But
now. They're in the finals right now, so I mean,
the Eastern Conference Final, yeah, well, they'll probably choke. Anyways,
I'm
um,
hoping for that. Islanders on right now.
I'm Florida Panthers have one of the lower lower attendances in the NHL. So it kind of makes sense. But Miami, I don't see hockey being in the culture, and it's not. Um, it doesn't feel like a fit there. Having one team in Florida is enough for hockey. Um, Move it to Wisconsin. There are 4 states in the U.S. that I would consider big hockey states.
Connecticut.
Minnesota,
Connecticut.
that's Michigan, that's New York, and that's Wisconsin. Okay, Wisconsin has some of the best college hockey teams. They produce some of the top talent collegiately, and even in juniors and stuff, year in and year out. I'm moving them to Milwaukee, largest city in Wisconsin, but it's about an hour and a half from Green Bay. You get that fan base there. Hour from Chicago, so steal some Blackhawks fans. An hour from or 2 hours from Madison, and these are all cities 100K plus. I mean, Madison, 250,000 people there, huge hockey place. This entire state is a hockey state, and they deserve a hockey team. Florida does not deserve 2. I think it's just a great fit there. In terms of, I think you would see large attendances, a large fan base. Football numbers are kind of weird with this attendance here, but Green Bay Packers, some of the most passionate fans in football, top attendances year in and year out. Brewers, they're a top 10 team in attendance percentage almost every year. And I wouldn't even really classify them as a baseball city. The Bucks, not so much. But again, I think this is a hockey state, and I think the NHL would benefit from having Milwaukee, a team in Milwaukee. Now I'm naming them the Badger or the Miners,
Badgers.
because the Wisconsin Badgers wasn't necessarily named for the animal. Way back when, Badgers is a term for the miners, people mining in the state, because what they did was they dug underground, to stay warm, and plus you got to dig underground for mining, but just the way that Badgers would. So I thought the Milwaukee Miners made a lot of sense. I think it's just kind of a fit to the state, fit to the city, and again, the alliteration. I like alliteration in my team names, but that's why I'm moving the Florida Panthers to Milwaukee.
Big English guy.
Big English.
I agree. I think that's a good take. Like, basically, like you said, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, New York are basically Canada anyway. Like, when you get to the northern parts, and Canada and northern United States are where hockey thrives. So, yeah, I totally agree. I think Green Bay fans, I mean, I don't know how well football and hockey mesh in terms of fan base, but yeah, I think that's good. You did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, only issues I would have, I mean, keep it up maybe with that green theme, have a green color, because I mean, most Wisconsin teams you see, professional teams, have a green color in them. That's the only thing I would say.
Well, they have three teams, and 2 of them have green, 1 of them don't.
Wait, which 3? So it's which 3 teams we got? Oh, Brewers, you're right. Yeah, Brewers don't.
Brewers,
yeah,
Brewers, Bucks, and Packers.
Yep, never mind. You're right. But yeah, no, I like it. I like the idea of miners with the backstory and everything. Are we good? I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
Anyone else? All right. Now before I start with this, I have an honorable mention real quick. I was gonna talk about it. I didn't mention it to you because I thought it would be a surprise. I didn't put it on it 'cause also it might not make much. I kind of did at the time. Move the Jets to Brooklyn because Meadowlands is a garbage stadium, and they're not even in. The Giants and Jets aren't even in New York. Like for years and years ago, the Jets were supposed to move to Brooklyn, actually have their own stadium there, but the plan got denied. Something happened. The plan got denied, and whatever. So now they're stuck in Jersey in a dump. And people say, "Oh, it's $1 billion stadium." Like, yeah, it's $1 billion stadium because it took half the budget to purchase the land because it's on a swamp. But I just had to put that out there because it completely blew my mind earlier today. I completely forgot.
So let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
If you're moving the Jets to Brooklyn, does that mean the Giants go with them in the same stadium?
No, probably a different stadium. Probably,
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
probably separate them because I mean at least go back to having 32 stadiums in the NFL. But now
Yeah,
it's
the
gonna be it's
area.
now down to 30. It's now down to 30 stadiums with this one, with the Chargers moving to LA. But wait,
Went
Andy, were
so
you saying
far.
something?
Well, no, the area around that stadium is a cesspool. Like, there's nothing. It's just like
Yeah.
all industrial and
Where
dirt.
Jersey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
the Meadowlands.
it's terrible. It's such a bad stadium. I've been several times. I was there when it opened. Last time I was there was like a few years ago because I haven't been able to because I've been out in Michigan since. But still, it's a terrible stadium, and it's such a. You look at what they put in Dallas and how amazing it is, and it was like close to the same budget as the one in East Rutherford, and it's just garbage compared to it. But there's my rant for that. But I'm gonna go on to this rant now. San
All right.
Antonio deserves a football team, and the AAF showed why. The San Antonio Commandos or whatever, Commanders or whatever, were insane with crowds. They fit perfectly in the Alamo Bowl, and it was just right. That's what it's called, the Alamo Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was
Yes.
perfect.
Alamo Dome.
Alamo Dome, and like it was just it was perfect. They were gaining attendance. They were literally keeping the AAF afloat for the first few games. And just move the Chargers. Chargers don't have fans in general. They could barely fill a stadium in Carson, LA Galaxy. They could barely fill a stadium at their old place in San Diego. What makes you think you're gonna fill a stadium in Los Angeles? Also, another thing, Los Angeles isn't a football city. It's not. It's never been a football city. There's a reason why a bunch of teams left Los Angeles in the first place. There's a
Yep.
reason why NFL was not in LA for 20 something, 30 something years. It's just not. They had terrible attendances. It's a collegiate state. It's a collegiate city. If that's what it is. So you have UCLA
Yeah.
and you have USC
And USC.
right there. Move the
Even
charge.
even
Mhm.
I was say even looking at the XFL.
Yeah.
Worst.
Oh, Wildcats did not have fans either. No one went to Wildcats games.
I think that piggybacks a little bit off of there's so much to do in LA.
Yeah. But
Um.
it's not as big of a football city as you see. Like San
No.
Antonio is deserving of one. I'm surprised they didn't
Mhm.
pick San Antonio as a place for the XFL, seeing how well it did in the AF. It just it's sad to see a good team like the Chargers, because the Chargers have been pretty good for the past few years with some legends with Antonio Gates, Philip Rivers, to basically have no fans behind them.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson as well, no fans, make the playoffs sometime a few times a year, and like at least put up something. But now they're not going to get any fans in LA in that new stadium. That's all fancy. Their new uniforms look amazing, but no one's going to see them in person because no one's going to see them in person at their own stadium because no one's going to go. It's just it's so annoying. Of course, like they're keeping the name. They moved to San Antonio. They're keeping the name. It's obvious. You can't get rid of the best uniforms and the best name in the NFL. And like it will kind of keep up with the theme of like a I don't know how to say, like a tough name, because you have like the San Antonio Rampage of the AHL. It's kind of like that kind of name in my opinion, or it's a tough
Spurs.
rough name. Spurs, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's my pick. I think it's the best option right now for an NFL city.
Hey, it's hard to argue that
Yeah.
because Texas is the football state.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. It may not produce the best talent per se. I think that Florida and California are a smidge above the slightest notch above. But Texas is the football state. When you've got high school stadiums that are bigger and better than half of college football stadiums, that's telling something. I think that's a great pick. San Antonio is a big market. I will say this though, kind of little sidetrack. Have you seen that new stadium in LA?
It's
Was it
nice. It's
SoFi
nice.
Stadium?
It's nice.
Oh, that looks so cool. That it's like a outdoor stadium. You
Yeah.
never really go inside.
Too
when you
bad
go
no
in
one's
there.
gonna go in it.
Well, Rams, I think.
Even if people go
the
to Rams.
the Chargers did last year. Granted, they only had to fill 30,000 seats. Did have one of the higher percentages of attendance.
But it's because they were in a small stadium and they weren't
Yeah, it
counted.
was. Yeah, it's some of the features of that stadium was cool. They have that Oculus. I think they call it. They have that Oculus. What's it called? Jumbotron. They've got some like field level suites. I've seen renderings that have like a pool, basically field level in one of these suites. It's insane, but it's so cool. I think the stadium alone will bring people in there,
Hey,
but
can we take a quick sidebar real quick? Currently I'm doing a fancy draft, and I need Josh your opinion on this real quick. I want this to be part of the
okay.
episode. I just got Patrick Mahomes with a steal. Now I'm back on the clock because it's Snake, so I have Saquon Mahomes. And I'm trying to get a receiver. Who would you rather have, Godwin, Thielen, or Moore?
Give me Thielen.
Yeah,
He's gonna grab the most targets.
yeah, I agree. I'm taking Thielen. All right, back to our point. I just got a steal with Patrick Mahomes in my
Quarterback
second
in the
pick.
second round.
It's
That's
Pat Mahomes. It's Pat Mahomes, and he was right there.
yeah, fair enough.
I was
Fair
the
enough.
24th pick. I was the 24th pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
All right. Anyways, so yeah,
back
back
on
to your
track.
thing.
But yeah, no, I mean, you can't argue San Antonio. I think we all said our points right here. So, anything else you want
Well,
to add? Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think I agree. LA doesn't need the Rams and the Chargers. That's not doing
they don't need
anything
a
for them.
team.
Honestly though, yeah, I think San Antonio is a good move. The only thing I don't know about is keeping the Chargers name and logo and colors.
You
I
can't
think,
get rid of the
you
best
know,
logo and best
well,
colors in
hold
the
on
league.
though. LA to San Antonio, that's a drastic move. And the people in LA are obviously way different from the people in San Antonio. Like Josh said, Texas is one of, if not the biggest football state in the country. So I think they deserve the respect of getting their whole own like new rebranding, a new change. So
Mm,
I agree with the move. I just don't know if I agree with keeping the Chargers. Or you know what? Maybe switch it to moving the Rams.
yeah, maybe. I mean,
The
it could
Rams
flip
would
flop. It could flip flop.
Rams would fit in.
But you
Yeah.
can't get rid of the Chargers. And like they're the best uniforms in the NFL, and the new ones are banger. Even though I don't like the numbers as much on the helmets, but
Yeah. Well, my
Li-
take is to move the Rams instead then.
yeah,
Annie, quick question.
What's up?
If you move them to San Antonio, what do you call them?
yeah.
Ooh, well, if you wanted to not rebrand it all, then if you were going to move one of them, then I would definitely move the Rams because I mean,
Well,
that's
Rams are more Mountain
stubborn.
West.
That's
No, Rams are more Mountain West, North Mountain West.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
they're
mean, but more than the Chargers.
you
I don't know. Maybe I mean, the Spurs already exist.
something
Play
with the
something off the
something with like a
Alamo,
farm fee.
maybe.
Yeah, something with a farm thing. I can agree, a
Or
farmish
like
theme.
something that has to do with like soldiers or
Because the
something because of
Renegades
the
had
Alamo.
Renegades had that like cowboy looking logo. So I mean, yeah, Sheriffs maybe. I know there's a there used to be a I think it was Canadian Football League team in Vegas called the Sheriffs. I mean, you can move that name to Texas as well.
Hmm, that's not a
So
bad idea.
yep. All right, next we talked about that one. Next year, Andy, you're up. Oh, I like
All
this one. I
right.
didn't read this one. I like this one.
Well, no surprise here with the theme of moving things to cities that have city in the name. Ohio is non-arguably the armpit of the United States. So I'm gonna take the NFL team out of Ohio, out of Cincinnati. The Bengals obviously are not. They're far from the best team in the NFL.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
say that to put that nicely. Um, like Bengals don't have a high attendance as it is. They need to reevaluate, move them to a town like Oklahoma City, who already has a huge football following with the Sooners being so successful and close as they are. OKC has a population of close to 650,000 people. Again, they're already a huge football state, huge football market. While Texas is probably the biggest football state, Oklahoma's not far from it. So, um, University of Oklahoma is less than half an hour away from the city. I think it'd be a really smart move to get the Bengals out of Cincinnati, move to Oklahoma. Um, with the move comes a change in name to the Bison. The Bison is Texas or Oklahoma's state animal. Um, there wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into that one,
Yep.
but
There's not really a whole lot of thought going
Bison
into most of our names, to be
Bison is
honest.
strong and large, and football players are also strong and large. So there you go. Their colors are gray and orange for no particular reason. I just think that might be pretty cool. And that doesn't stray far from the Bengals colors. So even though it may be a little disrespectful to the Bengals, keeping the colors um, may give us points to the Bengals
Yeah.
fan.
I mean,
I love it.
the only issue, I think if a team in Ohio is to move, it'd be the Browns.
No.
That's just my I do think, because I mean the Browns were. It's already like a moving of a team. Like they would probably move again. I don't know. I'm not sure if Cincinnati would move, but I mean I like the idea of the Oklahoma City Bison. I like that. But
I here's the thing. I think the better fan base is you got to give it to Cleveland.
yeah, true. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's perfect. Like you said, Oklahoma, huge football town. You're grabbing those Sooners fans,
Well, you can't have
which
the
is
team be
big.
you can't have the team be orange if you want to grab the Sooners fans.
Well, if they, I'm going to talk about this a little in mine,
Mhm.
but football fans are football fans.
Yeah,
So I think regardless, they're going to come together and be fans of the
yeah, true.
same.
We'll go predominantly gray with an orange accent. How's that?
That
There
sounds
we
good.
go.
Oh, what's the team? I swear there was like an arena football team with the exact color scheme. I'm trying to remember.
I
Was it
don't doubt it.
Was it the Rattlers? No, Rattlers were like tannish.
The Spencer Rattlers of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Wow, full circle.
I like the idea with the name and everything. Yeah. Anything else? Anyone else? Moving on.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm good.
Josh, you're up with your Portland.
All right, way to just give it away, as if they can't see it on screen.
Gee, no, I
Rude.
can't. I can't tell,
Boo.
dude. I wonder where you're moving this team to.
Hey,
Kick him out.
so
This is my podcast now.
there was yeah, you wish if we're kicking out. Um
Haha.
the obvious move here is to move LA back to St. Louis.
Mhm.
That's not as fun though,
Yeah,
because it makes no sense. They
yeah,
should have never left St. Louis in the first place.
never. That's
The
the only reason why we
ownership
don't have.
just wanted LA. Um, they're one of the most loyal football fan bases that there was, and you saw that with the XFL.
Mhm.
Um, Top numbers. Had it continued on, they were looking to open up the upper bowl of
Mhm.
that arena.
Yeah,
So you're looking at 50,000 people there for an XFL game.
they could have had
That's
more
insane.
fans than the Rams in LA. They could have had a better attendance average than them.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree
I think
100%.
they did actually. I think they did in the games they had. I think they actually did have like
I
similar.
think the Rams were a bit higher.
Okay,
The Battlehawks were about 30,000.
that's still insane.
But that's 30,000 out of 30,000 because they only opened the lower bowl. But that's not my move here. And again, we're finishing off by taking a team out of Florida. The Buccaneers. Um, I've been to their stadium. It's actually really cool. Smaller stadium for an NFL stadium, but really cool. I like how they have the ship there. They have like a very pirate treasure island type theme going on in the stadium. Pretty cool place. Um, but the Buccaneers, outside of what, one Super Bowl appearance, um, or Super Bowl win. Did they win that one in 2002 against the Raiders?
Yeah, around that. Yeah, around that time.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm
so
bad with years.
outside of that, they don't have a whole ton of history. They're a little bit more towards the bottom of
Duh, but Tom Brady,
attendance.
duh.
But this is bigger than a player
Yeah,
because
I know.
that geriatrics out of the league in a couple of years. But I'm moving them to Portland. And why I'm doing that is Portland's a pretty big city.
Mhm.
650,000 people. But you grab one of the largest college football fan bases in the Oregon Ducks.
Mhm.
Huge fan base, spectacular numbers year in and year out. Granted, they are one of the better teams in the Pac-12. I think you grab a big fan base there. They're about, I think, an hour away from Eugene.
Mhm.
But football fans are football fans. It's not like other sports where, well, I guess mostly basketball, where fans are usually either college or pro. Baseball, it's always pro. Hockey, typically always pro. Um, but football fans are football fans. It's very people have their preferences, but it's hard to find one that's I'm only college or I'm only pro. So I think those fans would translate from college fans into pro fans. You get that in the MLS, one of the best rivalries is Portland and Seattle. It just feels like there's some sort of rivalry there. I think that feeds into it there if you put a team there. Um, and the Nike headquarters, which is the official sponsor of the NFL, is in Beaverton, Oregon.
Mhm.
So having a team in Oregon, I feel like helps. I'm not sure exactly how. I'm not the marketing genius. in this operation,
I
if you will.
expect you to
That's
be.
Annie over there. But I think somehow that correlation, something, I think it helps. But I think Portland they only have one team in the Trailblazers, so I think giving them a football team would be big. And then the Lumberjacks, because I feel like that's
Makes
pretty
sense.
straightforward. Yeah, very very wooded area, very foresty.
You see about the the timbers you have right there with
Yeah,
in Portland.
yeah,
The
exactly.
the only
So
oh wait, keep going. Sorry.
no, that's about what I had. So let's hear what you got.
The only issue I have is like I feel like most fans in the area are already Seahawks fans. I know like they'll probably like if you're in Portland, you'll or Oregon, you'll finally have a team to root for. But I don't know. I just it doesn't seem like as big. Like the whole West Coast has not been seen as a big football area recently, except for the Seahawks. Like I think
I
we can
was
all
gonna say,
agree.
well,
Because 49ers will always be a godly team to watch. Seahawks revise the Northwest, and I just feel like if you put a team in Portland, it won't do as well. That's my only issue. Like I feel like that since
You,
they're already there, the foundations are already there. It won't build as well
I mean,
with a new team.
you say except for the Seahawks, but that is no joke of a following. The
Yeah,
Seahawks
I
yep,
are
know, but
no
I don't feel
joke.
like
the
Portland is
best
as
fans
big.
in football.
Yeah,
I know, but
arguably.
I don't think they'll be able to match up with that at all. I don't think Portland's also not as big as the city as Seattle. Um,
Only 100K less.
is it only 100 less? Really?
Um,
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. 650
I'm
to
just
750.
I'm not a big fan of the place. I would rather see a team move back to St. Louis. I think St. Louis is a better option as well. St. Louis and San Antonio are
But
the
that's yeah, sure.
two better.
That's
That's the
the
easy.
easy
I know you're
answer.
trying to go for something unique. Those are the easy way outs, but like I'm not too keen. I like the idea of the name Lumberjacks, but I'm just not too keen on the placement. But I do like the idea of the name.
I like it. I think it's good. Last time Buccaneers won the Super Bowl was 2003, not 2002,
Okay,
but
it
close
was three.
enough.
Okay, so when they
But
beat the Raiders,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
like we've been saying this whole time, though, Florida is not a professional sports state, and
Mhm.
I think it'd be good for Oregon to gain an NFL team like that. Circling back to the marketing thing, yeah, marketing's my specialty, so I'm big into studying all that. But Beaverton is a 14-minute drive from Portland. You know what that means? They could be Nike's guinea pig. I think that would be huge for that NFL team. If they were to, obviously, they would be partnered with Nike because the NFL's official sponsor. But I think it'd be cool if they would roll out new gear there. They could just be super close to the headquarters, so they could do more appearances and stuff. I don't know. I think the proximity, being super super close like that, would be really beneficial to the league, and to the team also with getting their funding and getting fans in the seats. Yeah, I think that's a good move.
All right. Oh no, sorry. You
I
go. You go.
was so one more thing. I did initially want to move the team back to Oakland. I don't think Oakland team should have ever left.
Yeah.
I think they're some of the most loyal fans. But I think there's some fan base there that you can grab from. Maybe some Sacramento area, that Northern California.
Mhm.
Um, I I do think you'll see. I think it will be easy to draw fans um, from there. I think there are people that without teams they have or states without teams have default teams, but it's rarely often as um, as passionate as if a team were to come to their state.
Mhm.
So that's why I think you could pull those fans away into being teams of the team in their state as opposed to a different state.
All right. First I want I'm gonna choose the credits right now. First off, we do not own any images used in this video. I just want to say that they're all concept ideas we found online. But yeah. Any ending credits for this? Any last reactions to our list here today?
No, I had a good time. Florida has
Yeah.
proven themselves unworthy of pro sports, so
Yep. Yep.
um,
I mean that's very
I
true.
think I think we would be doing justice to get the team somewhere where they could thrive. Um, yeah, I had fun. Thanks for letting me guest appear on your podcast.
Quick side note, real quick update. Islanders are up 2-0 at the beginning of the second period, and I am happy. Um, yeah. That's I just want to put that out there because that's gonna be our next week's podcast probably talk about the hockey that went on this
Talk a
week.
little hockey.
Yeah,
Sounds
because
good.
by the next point next week, Islanders are gonna be down 3-0 in the series to Lightning. That's all I know. Yeah, but
I wanted to say real quick, Annie, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the idea.
thanks,
That's big.
Annie.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself.
We could do something like this again.
Fun to do a little bit of research. Yeah. Hey, I think we should.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got some interesting ideas of what we like to do for our podcast. So I think that's a good theme. I do want to do a shout out to the people of the images that we used.
Yep.
Whoever you guys are, the creative geniuses behind that, thank you. We're here just to kind of show.
We're stealing
our
your
idea of
content,
what
but we gave you
would
credit.
do. Yeah. No, I don't think we're gonna make any money off of this.
Yeah,
so
no.
if we do,
We already don't.
Sorry, whatever. Anyway, so thank you there.
I think that's it.
Fun. And again, drop a like, subscribe,
Get us to
comment,
50
whatever. Tell us what you think.
50 subs.
What?
Smash that
50,
like button.
50 subs by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our goal now.
50 subs by the end of the year, and John will get a tattoo of a portrait of me on his ass.
No, we will not. No, we will not.
I'm going to make 45 new accounts right now.
35, but no. All right.
Hey, I want to get you over 50.
If we get 50 subs by the end of the year, I will get a John related tattoo somewhere on my body.
You'll get an Islanders tattoo because I know you like the Red Wings. You'll get an Islanders tattoo.
Sure, we'll figure out the logistics, but I will get some sort of John related tattoo on my body if we can get the 50 subs by the end of the year. But feel free to drop another comment, like tell us what we're doing, what you'd like to see, why we're stupid idiots, and all of our decisions are
exactly.
the worst.
I want to argue with people. No, there wasn't 2 videos this week. We got busy. 2 videos next week though. We'll have that back up. We'll have 2 videos back next week. All right, I think that's it.
I think one of the videos is why I'm a big dumb idiot.
Yes, that's a new video now. Why is Josh a big dumb idiot?
DIY, how to.
DIY, how to be a big dumb idiot, featuring Josh, by Josh, for Josh.
All right. Exactly.
Peace.